Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86-17 Transformers the movie Ironhide. And this is a figure that I believe takes the prize. I believe this figure is now my official favorite figure, one of the top 10, and I'll tell you, this figure is absolutely one of the GOATs in my collection. It is amazing. The articulation, paint job, everything on this figure is amazing. So in this video we're going to review the figure, do size comparisons, take a look at the box art, backdrop, articulation details, transform this guy obviously, and do the vehicle comparisons, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. So without further ado, let's get started on Ironhide. So I'm bringing him here for a closer look. Here we can see Ironhide is very faithful to the G1 TV show and the film. I believe that this guy is the greatest, because look, this guy has no back cable at all. Everything in the vehicle mode is inside the legs and within his body as well. And I think this is a very good job Hasbro has done. And they're gonna do the same thing for 86 Ratchet. So if once I get that figure as well, it's gonna be the same transformation as this one. But this figure, the detail on this guy is amazing. If we take a look at the front torso, we can see we have an Autobot logo right here. Here we have some silver painting. Right here we have the crotch panel, and they did not have to include this, but it is amazing that they did. It does hide some of the ugliness right here of the mushroom pegs, but I think that is amazing. The head sculpt is really great. We can see that it's very simple, just how the TV show had it as. There's no like amazing detail on it, because in the TV show Ironhide was just red with gray, so I think that looks great. The back looks nice. We can see that there is no cable whatsoever. We can see some screws. That's no big issue. And I did like on the arms that there is no hollow area, except for right here, but that is for transformation. This guy will fold in, but it's nothing so drastic like the Studio Series Jazz, who had a big hollow area right there. So it's not a big detail. If we take a look at the feet, we can see some nice sculpt work right here, some lines and stuff right here, some hidden panels and stuff. And for the feet, it's obviously the bottom part. This is just one tiny little problem. It's because what if I drag the figure like this and then the paint right here rubs off? I'm kind of scared about that, so I like to keep this figure transformed in vehicle form, or just if I have him in robo form, just to keep him somewhere where he won't get scratched or anything. So now with that being done, let's take a look at his accessories. So he does come with two pistol accessories. They are exactly identical to one another, and they do match the Transformers, the movie and the show, how they look like. So I think that is really accurate. And now let's take a look at the box art and we'll do some comparisons. So taking a look at the box, unfortunately mine did come a little bit broken, but that is okay. It's no big deal. Right here we can see 86, 17, Studio Series Ironhide, Transformers the movie at the top right there. Take a look on the side, we can see the portrait of Ironhide. I really do like how this looks like. It's really great. That the animation here is so good. Studio Series 8617. Right here transforms 26 steps from robot worm to a red van. His iconic movie scene is the Decepticon shuttle ambush, where in the film, I'm not so sure if any of you saw the 1986 film, but in that scene, Megatron and the Decepticons ambush the Autobot shuttle, kill Ironhide, Ratchet, and Brawn, and then they take over and go to Earth and stuff like that. So his little bio says, Ironhide bravely fights off a Decepticon ambush on the Autobot shuttle. So like I said, they ambush the shuttle, he fights them, but unfortunately he dies. And right here, we can see Ironhide in a dark background right here with the full body picture, and I think it looks amazing. So now let's take a look at his backdrop. So here we have the Autobot shuttle background, and I think it looks so great. The detail on this is amazing. If we take a close look at the black area, we can see that there are some stars right there. You can't really see it that well, but once you get this figure, you can. And we can see the seats where the Autobots were sitting on and everything. So you could just put Ironhide right there, and it to complete the look or something. You can pose him in any way you want. I personally like to have him in a pose where he's shooting back at the Decepticons, like the one I just had, or something. The same will come for Studio Series Ratchet. If you did see the core class review of Ratchet, I did have him in that position, so you could put him in this backdrop if you wanted to, because it does match. And when we get the actual Voyager class of Ratchet, this guy will fit into this backdrop. So that was a backdrop. Now let's do some size comparisons. So here we have Ironhide compared to Jazz. We can see Jazz is smaller than Ironhide. From a head-to-head comparison, we can see Jazz is obviously smaller. It's like if this was a 5-foot person and this was a if this was a 5'5" person and this would be a 5'9" person. So that's how tall Ironhide is. Adding someone taller to the mix, here we have our Kingdom Voyager class, or whatever, the G1 Optimus Prime. We adding to the mix, so we can see that he is very taller than Ironhide. We can see Ironhide makes it just to his chest. So Optimus Prime is obviously the tallest of the Autobots because he is the main character and stuff. So we can see Optimus is that size compared to Ironhide. In Blaster, for comparison, we can see Blaster is taller than Ironhide, similar to Optimus Prime. And Ironhide is sold as a Voyager, and so is Blaster, and Blaster is taller. But it's mostly due to the design and the components of this guy, or maybe because in van form he's the size of a Voyager. I'm not so sure, but this guy is more of the size of a large deluxe and a small Voyager. So I think that really works. Speaking of small Voyagers or large deluxes, here we have our Ironhide and Hot Rod. We can see that because of the design or the what's it called, the design and the posability, or like how it's made, the mechanicalism. That's why it is priced higher. One final G1 comparison. Here we have Wheeljack. We can see Wheeljack is nearly the same size as Jazz, so he's obviously smaller than Ironhide. And so here we have the Transformers Bumblebee movie Ironhide next to the G1 Ironhide, and we can see that the Bumblebee film did borrow a lot of concept from the G1 version, like the design choices and everything. But I'd say between these two, I'd really prefer this guy just because of the design. But honestly, I really like this guy more because the quality of this guy is amazing. Don't get me wrong, I like both of these figures, but preferably the quality, I prefer this one. Design, I prefer this one. So there's a lot of mixed feelings between these two figures. So now that we've done that, now let's see how to transform this guy. So right before we head into transformation, let's check out the articulation of this guy. So the articulation, so he has a ball joint on the head, so he can look up, down, tilt side to side, not much, but look left and right he can, and do a full 360. We get a swivel joint here at the arm, we get a hinge joint at the shoulder, we get another swivel at the bicep, a 90-degree bend on the shoulder, and I believe it bends even backwards past 90 degrees where he nearly looks like he's breaking his arm. And he does have full range of motion on his wrist, so I really do like that. That is amazing. I like when Hasbro does that, when you have range of motion on the wrist, but then on other figures like Jazz, I'm sorry, I'm dissing Jazz out in this review, he has no wrist rotation whatsoever. So Hasbro needs to just do wrist rotation on every figure now. I'm not kidding, every figure. So he could kick back this far, and if you lift the panel, he can kick the same amount of degrees, so full 180 degrees. He can do the splits, so he could go 90 degrees. He can swivel his thigh around. He has 90-degree bend on the knee. He has a swivel right here. I mean, a hinge joint right here, another hinge joint right here. So he has a lot of range of motion on the feet. So if you could get him in a lot of poses. The articulation is amazing, and his poses, you could get him in nearly almost every pose that you want, almost, because how this figure is designed. But now, speaking of design, let's transform this guy. So if you haven't done so already, I recommend removing the pistols and putting them to the side for now. So the first thing you're going to have to do is then you're going to open his chest like this. So you're going to grab it like this. Open it like that. You're going to reveal this whole empty area. Open this. And then you see his head right here. You're going to tuck his head inside right there. Like that. And then on this panel right here, there are two hidden little blue pieces of plastic. So you're going to open those and then put this right here. So we can already see how the front part of the car is already formed. You're gonna then deattach his torso from this, and you see this little pipe right here, this little pipe, that little area. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna swivel him all the way around. So first is engage this piece, and then swivel him like so. So you're gonna turn him like that. Now that we got the wheels like so. And we got the front part of the car done. So now, you can see it's pretty simple. You can see what's already forming into what. And now I recommend you get the arms, fold them like this, fold them like that, and then you do connect both halves. You connect both halves like this. Boop. And then you're going to get the hands, make sure they are straight, and fold them in here. So once you got that, you can already see how this will form. So once you do that, you're going to put your attention toward the legs. You're going to open this panel right here and open that panel right there. So we could see that's the back part of the van. There's this panel right here. You're going to open it as well, revealing some hinges. And those hinges will in fact go like that. You're going to do that. Open these panels. I will tell you that these ones will always disengage here and there, so that is just one problem I did have with the figures, that the panels do disengage. And like I said in my previous review of Ratchet, I really hate it when a figure is panelly, but oh well, I'll bear with it this time. So we'll then get this piece right here, open it like that. Do the same process on the other side. Get that piece, open it like that. We're gonna make sure that these two legs connect together, or else it'll just be a diabolical mess. You're gonna connect those two. Once those two are connected, you can connect these pieces, but they'll just disengage. I'll just show you how right now. So you could just connect these right here. Just connect them, and like I said, I don't like how this scratches. You also gotta be delicate with this plastic, because it is very thin and can break very easily. So I recommend if you play rough with this figure, it is not for you. But if you're a collector like me and want to keep it in mint condition, go for it. But I will warn you that some of the plastic components are a bit breakable. I haven't broken anything at the moment, so that's good. So yeah. So now we can see how the van is forming already. So we can see how some pieces are gonna pop into one another. So what you're gonna do is carefully have these pieces like that. Like I connected these before, they disengaged for some reason. Make sure these pieces are connected. There are two little tabs right there. They connect like that, and we can already see how the top of the van is already formed. And then you're gonna notice that this thing doesn't connect fully how it should right here. So that's a big problem I did have with the figure, is that you have to move the legs in a certain angle. And the instructions didn't show me that well how to move them, but it took me a good, 15 minutes to find out how to do this. So you're gonna have this connected, and then you're gonna have that. So this piece is always gonna disconnect because of the tiny tabs right here. So I did do something off screen right now, and I did notice that this transformation, the arms do have to be in this angle that you can see right here. Let me just move this panel back so you can see better. So the arms have to be in this angle, that this thing closes right there, and this will close right there, and this tiny blue transparent tab will go into this area right here. So once that happens, you see how we already have this part of the van done. So you're gonna do the same process on the right side, and then you're gonna open this and then connect it. It's kind of hard. First time I transformed this guy, I had a lot of trouble connecting the panels, but once you have them connected, you'll have them in here. Just make sure these are connected, and there we go. We have Ironhide fully transformed into that really cool van mode. And I really do like the detail on this guy. The only missing detail is that there is a yellow strip, so we can see that there is a little specific little 2 lines right there where the yellow strip would go. I really wish they would have painted that or something, or added a sticker or something, I don't know. but I'm just saying there's just a tiny bit missing on this figure. But overall, this figure looks really nice. As far as incorporating the accessories go, you can put them right here because there is a little tab, but you have to make sure that the handles are facing outward because if you have them facing inward, I think they're gonna obstruct one another. So I recommend facing them outward. It's easier also. And there we have Ironhide with his little pistols ready right there. Now let's do some size comparisons. Here I brought in some of the Autobots. We'll first start off with Optimus Prime. So we can see Optimus Prime is way bigger than Ironhide. With the trailer, this guy is bigger. As far from a top perspective goes, you can see Optimus Prime does look a little bit smaller, but still, I do like how it looks like. I don't know why, I just feel like Optimus Prime should be bigger, his truck mode, but it doesn't bother me that much, and it looks really cool. I'm pretty sure when they release the Studio Series G1 Ironhide, they will make it bigger or something. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I did fix this region right here, so off screen, so. Yeah. So now that we got Optimus Prime out of the way, let's bring in our Kingdom Pipes. You can see Pipes is smaller than Ironhide, similar to Optimus Prime. You can see how they look like from a front perspective. They look nice, you know. From a back perspective, Ironhide is really small. And we can see that he's just half the size of the trailer. Taking a look at the Studio Series 18 Bumblebee. Unfortunately, I don't have a G1 Bumblebee at the moment, but I'm just using this as a little reference. We can see let's just say this is a G1 Bumblebee. From Bumblebee to Ironhide. I think this is accurate how they appeared in the 1986 TV show. And finally, here we have Trax here. We can see Trax is pretty much accurate, so I think that Ironhide fits the bill for all of these figures, and it's just really great. So now let's take a look at the detail on Ironhide. So first off, we can see the front part of the card looks great. We can see, I really do like the blue plastic. It looks nice. If it was dark plastic or see-through plastic, it wouldn't give me the same vibe. And with blue's plastic, it just screams G1. The wheels look nice. We can see some nice detailing on the sides right there. This little slider here, like I told you, should have yellow. The back part is a bit plain, but I really do like it. Here we can see some nice detail, maybe some headlights and stuff. I really wish they could have painted it or something. And from this side, it's the same thing as the other side. On the bottom, we can see that there is no kibble sticking out or anything. So I think that this looks really good, and it rolls perfectly on all four wheels. So we can have a zooming past or something, so it looks really cool. So now let me give you my final thoughts on this. Some final thoughts for the Transformers Studio Series Voyager Class 86 Ironhide. A really great figure. I'd say a solid 9.8 out of 10. This figure is great. It would be a 10 if it did have that yellow line, and it's just amazing. The design, the transformation is great. I really do like it. It's a little bit kind of weird, the transformation, but at the same time I really do like it. How this guy scales the robot form with the other Autobots, and how he scales in car form with the other Autobots looks really great. How the Bumblebee movie Ironhide copied the design of the 86 Ironhide is incredible. I really do like it. I recommend you get this figure. You get him at Target if you can find him in stock. Try getting them online if you can, but this figure is really great. Detail is amazing. And I think he'll very much complete your G1 collection. So, that about wraps up my review. I really recommend this figure. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a nice comment, and until my next review, I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.